Greetings, I am ChetFlux, primary news anchor for ChetFlux News. Today I am continuing my coverage of CrossFlux's participation in the Sparkman Yugitube Dueling Tourney 2022. Big thanks to Sparkman himself for organizing this grand event, as well as the many sponsors, including Orica Shop, Top Sleeves TCG, Aster's World, and Game Day Toys and Games. This event is shaping up to be quite the spectacle, something I never would have foreseen from something based on a children's card game, but I digress. Today we cover the second week of said event, so let's check in on CrossFlux and see how he's doing. As you know, CrossFlux is coming off of a splendid victory over RPK Gaming. Let's see if he can turn this into a win streak. This week sees CrossFlux being pitted up against the legendary Temple of the Black Lotus. CrossFlux is bringing his Batteryman against his opponent's Gods of the Afterlife, the Ogdoads. Technology versus spirituality. Game 1 begins with CrossFlux winning the RPS, opting to go second. This gives Black Lotus some insight that CrossFlux may be on some sort of OTK strategy. Black Lotus proceeds to use his light and dark snakes to fill both his grave and his field with tons of monsters, netting himself plenty of resources. Seeing all of these effects trigger one after another evokes the image of the mythical Ouroboros, a snake that eats itself, representing infinity. Given how long this turn is, it definitely feels like an eternity. CrossFlux has no interruptions, so Black Lotus is free to pop off, ultimately ending on an Appaloosa. Many duelists fear this dreaded Link 4 monster, but CrossFlux has a trick up his sleeve, activating his Monarch Stormforth. He's able to tribute the goddess away, allowing him to summon his fuel cell. Possibly fearing an OTK, Black Lotus responds with a hand trap, draining the battery of all of its juice. CrossFlux responds with an interruption of his own, stopping the Lamia in its tracks. Following this up with a revival of 9V, he gets a search for another fuel cell. Wasting no time, he summons this one for free, and attacks for a hefty chunk of damage. CrossFlux finds himself just short of the OTK. This gives Black Lotus a chance to turn things around. And turn things around he does. Seemingly low on resources, Black Lotus is able to utilize his multitude of graveyard-based effects to put himself into an excellent position. Instead of being the one to OTK, CrossFlux soon finds himself on the losing end, giving the first game win to Black Lotus. Now I have heard that CrossFlux was struggling at this point. A combination of not knowing exactly what his opponent's cards do, and the inability to read, leaves CrossFlux unable to decide what to side into his deck. Black Lotus once again goes first, and this time ends his turn with a full board. CrossFlux starts the game with 3 Graveyard Revival cards. You can't get much better than that. Surely he can make something happen this time. Getting a couple monsters on board, his Ascendant of Thunder is hit by another Tillian effect, this time succumbing to her stony gaze. Finally securing 3 Batterymen on board, he hits Black Lotus with the devastating Short Circuit, hitting the unsuspecting duelist with a board wipe. But here's where CrossFlux makes a terrible mistake. He summons Utopia Double, hoping to secure victory with 10,000 damage. But clearly he has no idea what he's doing. Not realizing that Double can't attack his opponent directly, he inevitably throws the game away. How embarrassing. Looking back over this footage, CrossFlux shouldn't have ever activated the Short Circuit. If he had left Black Lotus's Ogdoad Queen on the field, Utopia with 10,000 attack could have easily cleared her and dealt more than enough damage to secure the win, since Black Lotus had no responses to such a play. I'm an outsider to this game of Yu-Gi-Oh, and even I could see that. Regardless, this misplay cost him dearly, not only the game, but the match. Technically, CrossFlux could have taken this to a Game 3, but I don't have much confidence that he would have won the match as a whole. His Batteryman strategy is simply too bricky. This last game goes back and forth for a couple turns, before Black Lotus ends CrossFlux's whole career by showing him how to really OTK. Summoning his evil dragon Ananta, he attacks with over 13,000 attack points, securing the victory. See? I knew CrossFlux's first victory was simply a fluke. At the very least, CrossFlux should take this as a learning opportunity and improve his skills for the next game. That's going to be it for ChetFlux News. Join us next time for the Week 3 coverage. And CrossFlux, play a good deck next time, Look at the bright side. At least you can shoot for a losing streak. Until then, have a blessed day.